The Dalai Lama is in Toronto this weekend. Find out what he's doing in the city.
Canadians may be unhappy with the latest inflation numbers, and find out how many games Vancouver Canucks forward Rick Rippon will miss. Humber News starts right now.
Hello, it's October 22nd, 2010. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Rachel Yeager. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Jared Lalonde. Ahead on our show, we will have all your news, sports, and entertainment highlights, as well as a look at the weekend forecast. But first, Rachel Yeager has our top story.
It's the countdown and the final push to the election on Monday. A recent poll says over 18% of Torontonians are still unsure of who to vote for on October 25th. Reporter Romy Levine asked Humber students if they're still sitting on the fence.
If you ask students around Humber their opinions regarding the upcoming municipal elections, you may get these kinds of responses.
Most likely not going to vote.
Because the government is the reason why the world is in such bad shape.
I honestly haven't been following, so I really don't know.
Oh my God, I don't know.
But if you dig a little deeper, more pressing concerns come to light.
I feel like they only tackle issues that they feel that the media find important.
Many students feel a disconnect between themselves and what municipal candidates are promising, but there are issues like taxes and transportation that they should be paying attention to. Transit City, for example, is scheduled to reach Humber with construction starting in 2015, but this depends on who gets elected as mayor. If it's up to frontrunner Rob Ford, the project may cease to exist. Liberal arts and science teacher Danielle Miller says voting against candidates seems to be the easiest option for indecisive voters.
There's been a lot of dropouts, and I feel like a lot of people know who they don't want to vote for, but they're not sure who to vote for. I don't feel like a clear leader has been established.
A new mayor will be elected Monday night, and the message from politicians is clear. Get down to the polling stations. Romy Levine, Humber News.
In other election news, mayoral candidate Rob Ford says if he is elected, his promise to scrap the land transfer tax may be delayed until 2012. He blames the 2011 provincial election for the postponement. Ford says he needs the provincial government on board to get rid of the tax. Meanwhile, a Toronto real estate board spokesman says Ford can still repeal it without the province. He also says Ford may be seeking the province's help to strip the city of its taxing power. This would block any future mayor from reimposing the tax.
The Toronto Police Services Board has voted to remove the special constable status of TTC security staff. The board says 80 new officers from the traffic division have been deployed to a transit patrol unit so they can police subways and surface vehicles. TTC security staff will still enforce trespassing and security bylaws, but won't be able to arrest or detain suspected criminals. The TTC fought to retain the special status for its security officers, but board members say they were overstepping their bounds. The TTC officers have had special constable status for 13 years.
The Dalai Lama touches down in Toronto today. During his 3-day stay, the Buddhist spiritual leader will attend the opening of the Tibetan Canadian Cultural Centre in Etobicoke. Volunteers at the center are scrambling to transform the unfinished building, which was undergoing renovations. The renovations hit a snag when workers discovered lead paint was used on the roof, which had to be replaced. The building was originally set to be completed by 2011, but the community is working around the clock to have it ready by this Saturday. That's when the Dalai Lama will inaugurate the center.
With the trial of Russell Williams now over, the city of Belleville is coming together to help citizens move past the horrific crimes. A healing circle was held at Belleville's Market Square today to help victims and their families cope with the emotions brought on by the trial. Williams was sentenced to life in prison yesterday for the murders of Jessica Lloyd and Culpa Marie France Como, along with a slew of other charges. After the trial, the Canadian military stripped Williams of his title as colonel, and he is no longer a member of the Canadian Forces. The portion of his salary he received since the time of his arrest is also being recovered.
A new American beer could make buying a round for your friends a thing of the past. Starting in November, the LCBO will begin selling Samuel Adams Utopias, a premium ale which costs a staggering $15 a bottle. The beer, which is made from a blend of several strong brews, aged in barrels once used to make cognac, bourbon, and port, contains 27% alcohol. Only 40 bottles of the rare brew will be available across Canada. The beer has been banned in 12 U.S. states due to its high alcohol content.
Commuters heading around the city this weekend should plan ahead. Closures on the Gardiner Expressway are planned this Saturday for bridge maintenance. East and westbound lanes from the Humber River to Spadina Avenue will be closed early Saturday morning from 2 a.m. to 6 p.m. Some good news for the Monday commute. All three of the east and westbound Gardiner lanes are expected to open at Jameson in time for the morning drive.
Residents north of Toronto woke up to winter a bit early. Wet snow fell over the Barrie area last night, leaving behind a few centimeters this morning. While the white stuff didn't hit our city, Natasha Farron will let us know if we can expect any snow in Toronto over the weekend. After the break.
We're under partly cloudy skies today, and the rain has finally stopped for now. I'll have more weather details after the break.